Hey, welcome to the Metal Emporium. I'm going to show you some more compilation records on this particular episode. We're going to start out, we're going to the new wave of British heavy metal, which had exploded in England. And EMI Records jumped on it immediately and released this compilation, Metal for Mothers, in 1980. And this would feature some of the earliest recordings from Iron Maiden. It features Sanctuary and Wrathchild, both early versions of those songs are featured on this record. Also, Sledgehammer, the EF Band, Toad the Red Sprocket, Praying Mantis, Angel Witch is on here as well. Samson has a track on here. Now, this Samson was famous for being Bruce Dickinson's band that he sang with before Iron Maiden. But on this particular track, he wasn't even in the band yet. It's just Paul Sampson on vocals on this one. And they would follow that up a few months later with a volume 2. And this one has Trespass, Zero, Dark Star, very cool band, Easy Money, Horsepower, Red Alert, Chevy, The Raid, and also features White Spirit, which has an Iron Maiden connection, being that Yannick Gears was the guitarist in White Spirit, and Yannick would go on to join Iron Maiden years later. Okay, so we have Neat Records, and they were very, very active during this period. They had this compilation originally released on cassette only, and then they put it out on vinyl. It was called Lead Weight, and it featured some of the bands that were on their label, including Raven, White Spirit, Venom, Blitzkrieg, Aragorn, Axe, and Fist, which are the same band. They changed their name to Fist. Axis, Bitches Sin, Warrior, and Satan's Empire. So Lead Weight. Neat would also put this out. This was one take, no dubs. This was live in the studio recordings from some bands, and it featured Alien, Black Rose, Hellenbach, and Avenger. Now, this is a cool recording from Avenger because it features Brian Ross on vocals. Brian had recently left the band Blitzkrieg, and he joined Avenger, did these tracks, and basically he left to join the band Satan. Ian Swift was the vocalist in Satan, and he comes in and joins Avenger and continues on with them. So, BBC Radio, the British Broadcasting Company, was the radio that everyone had over in England. And on Friday nights, they had the Friday Night Rock Show with Tommy Vance, and they would have bands come in and perform live in the studio, and they would record them and broadcast them. And this is a comp that has some of the performances from that show. It includes Samson with Bruce Dickinson, Praying Mantis, Trespass, Taurus, More, love More, cool band. Money, Ian Gillan, as in Ian Gillan's solo band Gillan. And Angel Witch is on this one as well. Released another volume of this about a year later. This one actually features Spider, Diamond Head, Sweet Savage with Vivian Campbell on guitar, Last Flight, Demon, Black Axe, Witch Find, and Zero. Ebony Records is another label that was really active during the new wave of British heavy metal, and this is a compilation that they did called Metal Storm. Now, this features a bunch of bands that I had never really heard of until I got this comp. Had never heard any music, but I'd heard some of the names, but had never heard anything until I got this particular recording here. But it has Jury, Mean Machine, Tantrum, Wells Fargo, Wicked Victor, just some groups that I have no idea if anybody in the bands ever went on to do anything else or not. But the only notable band that I knew on here was Merciful Fate with Black Funeral, and that was the song that kicked off this album. Okay, we have a Belgian label called Mausoleum Records, and they had a lot of cool stuff out from bands over in Europe. They even did some USA bands as well that they signed from the US. And this is one that's called If It's Loud, We're Proud. And it features Killer, Crossfire, and Ostergoth, three of their most popular bands on this. It's a track by each band on this one. Pretty cool piece. Here's one I got recently. Rave On, Hits Hard. Rave On was a label from Holland, actually, and the Netherlands. And they had some cool bands on their label, including Merciful Fate. They released the first Merciful Fate EP. It's a song featured on this one as well. Also featured is Evil, H-Bomb, Sortilege, Osteroth, and Crossfire, and Gill Games. Love this album cover. These metal chicks are coming in and attacking some people at a disco. Really cool cover. Here's one I had searched for quite a while and got into last year. This one's called Death Metal, and this is on the Noise record label. And this one features some early recordings by Hellhammer, Running Wild, and Halloween. Also features a band called Dark Avenger, who I don't think ever recorded anything except a couple of tracks that are on here. But these are early versions from Halloween, Hellhammer, and Running Wild, some songs that would get re-recorded for their later albums or either released later on compilations. But this is a really cool one, and this is the censored cover. The original cover had almost like a Cannibal Corpse album cover. You had like some zombies eating flesh on it, and it was I guess it was deemed inappropriate or something, and they went back and changed the cover. But maybe one day I'll get one with the other cover on it. But if you got one out there, send it my way. Here's another one that's on the Noise record label. I love this one, Rock from Hell, German Metal Attack. Really cool album cover. And this has got Sado, Gravedigger, Railway, Iron Force, Rated X, Running Wild. A lot of cool bands that went on to do other things with Noise Records. We'll continue with Noise record comps here. We've got this one. This one's called Metal Attack Volume 1. And it features Running Wild, Sinner, Celtic Frost, Halloween, Gravedigger, and Warrant. The German Warrant, not Cherry Pie Warrant. And another Noise comp. This is Doomsday News 2. Actually, I think I have Doomsday News 1 on cassette somewhere around here, but this is part 2. This one came out, I think, a little later. This is like 89 when this one came out. This one has Corner, Watchtower, Midas Touch, Death Row, Rage, Mordred, Vendetta, and Mania. Another cool album cover. There was a video compilation that came out with some videos from some of these bands that had this same album art on it as well. I have that somewhere here in the Emporium as well. That's gonna wrap it up. If you like what you've seen, be sure to hit like and be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our Facebook page as well. See you next time on Metal Emporium.